Hi, welcome to NAB 2018. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News, and I'm here with Ted Korte, COO of Qligent. Ted, good morning, welcome to NAB.
Morning, Joe.
Hugely busy show, and it's been a hugely busy year for the TV broadcast industry. What's driving all this busyness?
Well, there's quite a few trends going on in the industry right now. Everything that's being driven from global and political, economic, all the way through to all the content creation, HDR, 4K, over the top. There's just so many things that people can place bets. So there's been a big stall in the industry until some of this happened. A lot of standardizations across the board, everything from the 2110 standards to the ATSC standards, and people were just sitting back. And this year we're starting to see people loosen up a little bit and starting to place some of those bets.
Well, from an end user perspective, as well as placing bets, they're getting a lot more demanding about the services of what they get, when they get them, and how they get them. How are you seeing general trends in media delivery? What's that meant?
That's actually a very good question. Speed is important, right? So there's a lot of content creation, but actually getting speed to market and get those things going, and that's where the services really come in. Rather than going through a whole product evaluation process and product selection, training, installation, all the things that go on with the typical box sale, going with a service, you can start using something as quickly as you possibly can and then adapt to it. So we offer things such as software as a service and even monitoring as a service if you need that, so you just hit the ground running.
Now, as you know, and as the industry knows, you don't just do things by press of a button. How are you seeing your clients' workflows change and the way they do business change as the demands grow?
Yes, well, again, they got about the same staff, same budgets and those kind of things, but they need to feed more and more channels, right? They got your typical over-the-air, cable, satellite, all those things. None of that goes away, but then they have, orders of magnitude more streaming services to try to target with the same staff, same budgets, and those kind of things. So again, more with the services, but the other thing that it introduces is blind spots for people. And when they talk about, they used to be able to send a signal out to the head end, and then they're good because the head end can control it end to end. With all the streaming services, no one controls that end to end anymore.
We're here at NAB. I'm sure you've got a solution for problems like that. What do you have here?
Yes, we do. What we have is what we call delivery analytics, and it's a combination of quality of service, where you look at the physical and transport layers from a standards perspective. You have quality of experience, where you see all the subjective things like black, silence, macro blocking, and then we also get into all the compliance verification, whether it's regulatory or service level. And then what we've introduced today, or at this show, is our match technology, which really does a good job of closing the loop by comparing content from an origination point all the way through to the last mile, where we can instrument last mile probes very effectively and really close the loop, tell you what happened to your advertising, what happened to your content from end to end.
So just wrapping up here, with all that technology, how do you see that being used over the next 12 months? In fact, do you see things like the onset of direct consumer making that challenge harder?
Yeah, I think we're going to see more of that. There's going to be a lot of things tried. It's hard to say which type of model or approach is going to be most effective. So there's going to be an evolution. Again, it's the nice thing about the services. It allows you to be very flexible, very adaptable, and do things very quick so you can test and try these different models. So I know Disney is going to a direct-to-home model. Don't know if that's going to be successful or not. They've tried that years ago. And who knows, today, maybe the technology, maybe the consumer divine, maybe that's all there. But I think eventually, all these different delivery models are going to find their niche in the industry, and content will follow those niches, and they'll find their audience in one way or another.
We look forward to seeing it and seeing what you guys can do for them.
Great.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.